Today we're looking at the Coke on Ice variations. Coke on Ice refers to the color. Someone made the observation that when you have ice in a glass and you pour Coke in it, it comes out looking something like this, which is a pretty good observation. There are 43 picks on this board, 8 subgroups, 15 different shapes. 2 different cork variations, a corrugated and whole grips as well. At the top here we have our classic Coke on Ice, and then as you can see there's some deeper variations in this here. This with more reddish tones, sometimes referred to these two as whiskey on ice. And we have a couple of pairs down here. Each of these groups represents a variation on the Coke on Ice theme. And I have a second board I'll be showing you, and those 2 boards combined have at least 15 different subgroups to the Coke on Ice category. These are all made of celluloid, and all of them are D'Andrea picks. D'Andrea was the one that predominantly used this type of celluloid, in addition to the fact that during this period, from the late 1940s to the mid-60s, they were the biggest producer of picks in the U.S. You might want to take a look at some of these shapes we don't see. For example, this is a variation on the 351, but it's called a 348. We don't see that no more. There's only one pick in here that's actually still produced shape-wise, and that's this pick here. Moving over here, this, not produced anymore. To the right here, one of my favorite and elusive shapes is the 362. Take a look at this 362. You might say, well, that certainly looks like a 351 here, and we'll grab a 351 right there. There is a difference. If you take a look at the shoulders, and hopefully we get the camera to zoom in here. The shoulders on these, coming down to the sides, there's a far greater slant to the pick on the right than the one on the left. And I just know it had taken me so long to get a 362. I think that's one of the reasons why I've mentioned it numerous times during these videos. But you could see the wide variations in color. They don't even need to be pointed out. They're so obvious. But I really didn't know there were this many variations till I started to do an inventory of the collection. And I was really struck and surprised. So when I see them available, I grab them, just try to compare them to what I have. And if it's something I already have, then I trade or sell that. And if it's not, great. One more to add to the collection. So right now I'm going to move to the second board. And this second board has 7 different subgroups and 6 unmatched picks. But by unmatched, I merely mean these picks here at the bottom don't have a matching, corresponding different shape in the same type of celluloid. So this type of celluloid here and here and here, that's the only pick shape I have in that type of celluloid. And matter of fact, just one of each. But going up here to the top, again, you could see variations in the one we just seen. If I could bring that board in. But even some of these variations are subtle. It would be easy to think that this pick belongs to that group. But it doesn't, because it has far more greater black in it. And the celluloid has been polished differently as well. Here's a little flaming charcoal group going on over here. Several different shapes with cork rings on it. We have the 351 here, 363 with cork on it here. Same thing there. Then we have a 348 and a 346. Those numbers, of course, all referring to the catalog shape. And a 359 up here. So in your hunt for vintage guitar picks, you might keep an eye on these because they have a lot to offer visually. And let me just bring a few up closer so you can see the light behind them and see the variations in them. I'm not spending a lot of time on it, yet I'll assure you this is one of my favorite groups here. But I do seem to say that with too many picks. Now there's one I polished years ago. I've had to stop doing that because simply too many pigs have come into the collection. There you have it, folks. I'll lead you with a little guide here. Be patient. And while I raise the boom on the camera, so it just might shake a little, but you might just want to take a look at this little guide and some of the names, affectionate names that we have for guitar picks, such as Wheat Straw, Tiger Stripe, Coke on Ice, Slow Gin, Whiskey on Ice, Flaming Charcoal, Red Wheat, Red Speckled, Muddy Waters right here, and Simply Smoky there. Obviously the names are simply derived by their general appearance. Hope you're enjoying the videos. We've got, in this particular 3-part series, we've got Tiger Stripe coming up, and one more variation too. Wheat Straw, 2 big categories, just like the Coke on Ice variations we've just seen. Thanks for joining me.